To determine the version of DVRViewer you are currently running, once you've opened the DVRViewer application, in the small 24/7 logo in the upper left-hand corner, single mouse click with your left mouse button and select About DVRViewer. The release number appears in the window, this one being 14.506. That's May 6th, 2014. To play video from any of the 24/7 security storage media, first open up DVRViewer and then connect your storage media to your PC. Select Play, select Play Archive, and what will come up in the list is the device that's connected. Highlight the device and hit Connect. Select the cameras that you wish to view and click OK. This will load all the video from the storage media. Once you've loaded the video, now let's take a minute and look through all the functions of DVRViewer that you can go through once you've got the video loaded. Right now we're looking at the bolded date, which is where we have video, January 16th, 2015, and everything listed here in green is where we have video. We can look at the video. Right now we're looking at a 1-day view. I can change that to a 1-hour view. I can change that to a 15-minute view if we're trying to narrow in on something that we're looking for. Or I can just move my cursor to wherever I want to take the video to. Each 24/7 internal camera includes a microphone. As you're looking at the screen here, the yellow box defines which audio channel you're listening to. If I clicked between the different cameras, I would be listening to the different audio from each of those microphones. If I wanted to listen to all the audio channels together, if I select this button here, it will combine all 4 channels, so I'm listening to them together. Select the play button to begin playing your video, and while your video is playing, if you want to look at individual cameras, all you need to do is double left mouse click and it will bring you up each of the different camera views while you're playing the video. You just select which camera you want by double clicking to take it to a single camera and double clicking it to take back to the quad view. While playing the video, you can also use the tools at the bottom of the screen. To play the video, to pause the video, to jump back 20 seconds in time, to jump forward 20 seconds in time. You can also slow the video down. If you want, when you slow it down, you're not hearing the audio, but I can continue to slow the timeline down. So if I really want to slow it down because I'm looking for something that's occurring, you can see that the seconds is going much slower, so I can pause the video where I want to capture something. Additional functions include playing the video faster. If I click on this button, I can play the video in 2, 3, or 4 times faster speed, or I can also go 1 frame forward at a time on each camera. So if I had my camera set at 15 frames a second or 30 frames a second, for each time I click this, I'm clicking that frame within that second. So I'm at 11:08:26. If I were to click this 30 times, I'm seeing those 30 frames within that 1 second. I also have the ability to adjust the volume here within the viewer application. You also need to make sure that your volume is turned up on your PC, but you can then adjust the volume within the DVRViewer itself. Other functions within DVRViewer include saving an image. If it's not a video that you're looking for and you're just looking for that picture, you can select the camera that you're looking for by, again, clicking with your left mouse button and then click on the snapshot button, and it will make an image of that particular moment in time from that camera. And from here you can either print that to a local printer or you can save it as a JPEG file. There are a few ways to save a video file. While you're playing the video, if you decide you just want a quick clip, when you click this button, it will take a minute's worth of video from the time that you click the button. So when I click on this, I'm now going to save as the default bus 67, the date and the time for 60 seconds. I can change this file name if I want. I'm going to call this bus 67 test. Save it as a .dvr file. Save it to where you want. You can change the directory if you want to be able to save that clip. Click Save. Now you've got the ability, you can add another level of security to this with another password. If you enter a password here, make sure that you remember the password. If you forget this password, you will not be able to play the video clip. Now the video clip has been saved. Click on OK. I'm going to disconnect from the hard drive that we've been using. And now I'm going to play that file we just created. And at this time, you click on Play, Play File, and here's the one I just saved, Bus 67 Test. Double click, select all the cameras, click Play. And here is, if I change the timeline to a 15-minute view, here is my 1-minute video clip that I had saved. We can also use the quick clip function and save our 1-minute clip as a non-proprietary file. I can save it as an AVI file. The thing to understand when you're saving a clip as a .avi file, it's going to take a little bit longer to save the clip. And because I've got 4 cameras that I've got, 4 different views here, when it's saving it as an AVI file, instead of making one single file with all 4 of the cameras to be able to view like you can with a .dvr file and using our software to play the file, when you save it as a .avi file, it becomes non-proprietary, meaning that it can be played on virtually any video player, Windows Media Player, Apple QuickTime. There's many applications that can play that file. We also refer to them as they could be a YouTube file. It does not need our software to play it, so therefore it is unsecure when you save it as a .avi file. And it also will take each of the cameras and make them as a different file. So what it's doing now is it's going through each of the channels. It's now on channel 4, saving the minute of video. And each one of these cameras is going to be an individual file, so that when you play it back, you're only playing back the one channel of video and the audio from that location, not all 4 of them together. But it is an option. It's not, it's the file's then non-proprietary, but it is an option that we give you when saving video clips. If you're looking for more than just 1 minute of video, you can also create a custom clip and define the beginning and ending points of the file you want to make. So I can use the cursor and drag to the spot where I want to begin my file, or I can just play it till I get to the point where I want to start my video clip and then click on the start time. I can adjust this if I'd like from here. Let's make this 11:05. And then I'm going to drag this. Let's make a 5-minute clip. So let me hit end time. I'll go from 11:05 to 11:10. Okay. And again, now I just select make clip from here. It's going to come up and make my 5-minute video clip. I can save it as a .dvr file or again as a non-proprietary .avi file. For here I'm going to save it as an as a DVR file. I'm not going to put another password on it. And go ahead and save the clip. Now again, if I want to view the clip now, let me disconnect. So I'm disconnecting from my original video source, the hard drive I have connected. And to play back that file, I just go play, play file, select my file from the list. Here's the one, the 299 seconds. Select the cameras. And now I'm playing just that segment of video, that 5-minute clip that I created with a starting point of 11:05 and an ending point of 11:10. Additional functionality exists within DVRViewer by using your right mouse button. If you right mouse click, you can see the additional functionality we have. You get the ability to change your screen format based on the monitor you're using. I'm just using a standard screen. I could change this to a widescreen view. I could set it up if I had additional cameras how I wanted them viewed. But it's very flexible as far as how you want to be able to view the video. Also, within the right mouse click options in DVRViewer, we have the ability to blur out certain areas. If there's things that when you're either showing this video to a parent or want to save the clip as an AVI, you can blur out areas. Let me open up a single camera here. If I right mouse click and say I want to add a rectangular area, ultimately I'll start from the top here. You'll see it won't blur out the bus number, the date and time and things, but I can blur out as much of an area as I want. I can also add multiple ones. I can add a different shape. I can add an ellipse to a different area of the screen. And now if I wanted to save this as a snapshot, I can do that and things are blurred out. Or I could save this as a short video clip with this area being blurred if I save it as a .avi file, because we have made changes to it, so therefore it's not it's a changed file, so when it's as an AVI file I can add the blur, but if you save it as a .dvr file it will not show the blurred area. And if you want to clear the blur, you just right mouse click and just say clear the blurred area. I also have the ability with the hard drive connected to be able to display the map. I can see that you can have a map function when I right mouse click, and that's because we've got the GPS on this particular vehicle. Right now, of course, the bus is sitting still, it's not driving, but it is at a GPS latitude and longitude. So if I were to right mouse click and click on display map, as long as I have an internet connection, it will pull me up to the location of where that bus was. And if I wanted, I can change that to a satellite view. I can zoom right in tight as to where that is, and that's where that bus is right now. When we were capturing this video on January 16th at 11:11, that's where the bus was parked in the lot.